In a minute, TJ.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Grease Trap. Scotty's mad. Paul's mad. Everyone's mad.
Hey, TJ, you know what else we don't have? A fucking screen!
You have a... What do you mean you don't have a screen? I gave you one earlier.
Look, TJ.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, look at the screen we got here.
There you go. You got a screen.
Oh, yeah, we got a fucking screen. Thank you,
stupid
TJ.
fucking
Magically,
screen.
we have a screen.
Do
now.
your fucking job, TJ.
Yeah.
Don't need to bring back error, error,
For
TJ.
those of you that don't know,
Yeah.
TJ, we recently, just now, recorded an hour of the best content we've ever made.
No, you just content.
What? Okay.
And an hour in, right at the 60-minute mark, TJ goes, wait, something wrong with the audio. We got to start again. So here we are. This is your reheating of an hour of the most
I mean, look,
amazing
it was literally a
We
minute.
laughed,
It was
people.
literally
We
a minute
cried.
and 30 seconds, so that's not
we
true.
despaired. We had
not
hope.
true.
We had joy. We opened Pandora's fucking box.
I wept.
It was
Scotty
amazing.
and I had connected in a way that you'll never understand.
That was an amazing moment, Paul.
A revelation
That was a
about
great
TJ
moment.
that'll never happen again. There was brotherhood. There was angst.
All lost. All
It
lost.
was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was
What was
everything.
the worst time that ever happened to us? Like
We
it
know-
really.
I know exactly what it was.
What was it?
We watched a movie. It was one of our film commentaries.
Yeah.
We recorded it, but for some reason, the file just never appeared on the other end. Like, it was recording the whole time. I pressed stop record. I went to go upload the file, and there was literally, it was like there was 2 seconds of the beginning of the fucking thing.
Oh, dude. There was
And
times
what
that
movie was that we watched that happened to us?
I don't
on?
remember. I do vaguely remember.
So we
it
suffered
happening.
through some terrible movie for no reason.
I remember when we were doing DP, we did some special or something. It was like 3 hours of like, we did it. And then it was just like, nope, ain't there. And we're just like, what?
I mean, it happens, man.
And
It's
we
an
just like, we were just
occupational
in
hazard.
shock. We just spent like 3.5 hours, did all this shit. Like, so, I mean, it happens sometimes. You do all this
I mean,
shit.
there was
it's
the
lost.
infamous Lost DP episode, too.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that one.
Oh,
right.
yeah. The lost episode.
That one chapped my ass.
Yeah, I mean, like, we recorded an entire episode on Twitch, I believe.
Twitch, yeah.
And that was an
was
entire episode of DP
Lost.
that no one had a backup of. And, man, it was like, I shit you not, it might have been the best episode.
The greatest episode of all time.
Right.
And if dude, that I hate to say it, it's not that the Legend of the Lost episode. That was an amazing fucking episode.
It was the GOAT.
Yeah.
God, it was.
It was the GOAT episode.
I mean,
and
that was probably, I mean, it was
Jabba-
really... It was
Jabba
really
Brett,
it was
dude.
really the fucking catalyst for that show ending, you know. So
Yep.
well, I don't want to get too much into that, but you know, we all know the story. Crazy shit. So that was probably one of the worst times. I mean, there've been times when you know, I sat down and recorded a video too, like you know, an Amazing Atheist video or whatever, and then I go and like, oh, the audio's bad, or the audio's fucked, or there is no audio, or for some reason it didn't record right, or
There was
whatever.
something in the early days of Cinema for Cynics too, when I was learning green screen, where the footage was unusable, or the audio was so bad.
I remember you did a video and like it was your hair because you had like poop.
Oh, there was a bunch of that.
Yeah, see, like that's what like, people are like, why did Paul shave his head? It's like because he fucking was so
'Cause
sick
the
of dealing with the green
green
screen.
Man, green screen is a bitch.
Yeah,
I would never incorporate green screen in some sort of
No.
like
Not if
regular
I was
property.
responsible for doing it. If
Yeah.
I had some professional that was like, yeah,
That's
just do
true.
this and
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
set
chroma
this
key
up,
it,
I'd do
yeah.
green screen again. But
Yeah.
on my own,
I mean, it's definitely versatile. So it's got that going for
Oh
it.
no, green screen is great if like you have the lighting and the people that know what the fuck they're doing.
I
just
think it's
find
easier if it's a
chroma
closer shoot too, because I
Yeah.
see a lot of streamers just put up a green screen behind them and throw some light.
I mean, it's definitely a good way
But
to
when
do
you're
it.
trying to do a whole set in green screen, it's a different. It's
Yeah, it's a
whole different
nightmare. It's a
ball of
fucking
wax.
nightmare.
It's not the same thing.
So
It's
fuck
hard to get
shit.
that shit evenly lit, and it's hard to. I mean, and if you God forbid you have anything else green in the shot, it's like, oh my god, you're fucked. You know.
And TJ, I'm kind of thirsty. Do you have a now TJ? Could you give me a? Would you happen to have one of them? Would you have a? Now TJ, are you listening to me? Because I want to know if you got something in your fridge. Now I'm looking for one of them. You know what? Give me one of them. Could I have one of them?
You want a White Russian?
Could I? No, not today. Not today, TJ. I know that's
okay.
usually my order, but today I'd like to get. Today I want one of them frosty cold Stella Artois.
See yourself out. Just see yourself out.
Can I have a Stella Artois, Scotty?
What a
No.
terrible commercial.
No, you cannot have a Stella
Is
Artois.
that? Let me ask you this: is that the
Give me
worst
a
commercial
Look,
ever made?
look who it is. It's Sarah Jessica Parker. She likes Stella Artois too. Hey, Sarah Jessica, what are you drinking there? Stella Artois. Oh, Stella Artois, just like me.
Girl, Stella Artois.
There's the commercial.
Is that the worst commercial you've ever seen?
Yes. Because I got to be honest with you. I've seen some shitty commercials. I've seen some commercials, obviously, that condescend to my intelligence. I mean, that's basically what commercials
But how
do.
many commercials really rape a character that
Like,
you love?
literally, you took a character that I revere and bent the character over and pulled its skirt up and just brutally fucking gang raped it in front of my eyes. Like, I've never had a commercial offend me so deeply, make me so disappointed in something I used to love. You know what I mean? I never.
Yeah, remember
It's
this
the worst.
beloved character that rallied against commercialism? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did too. Oh, yeah, don't you like it? No, please stop it. I need a Stella Artois. It's like, oh.
I actually go back and watch it sometimes because
Dude,
I'm
I want-
like, there's no way it was as bad as I thought it was.
is.
I'm really playing it up, and every time I go back and take a look, like, pull it up now, TJ. It's been probably like close to a year since I've actually watched it and gone back and looked at it. Maybe 8-9 months.
God damn you, Paul. How dare you make us watch this? You vile
I
creature.
just
Hold
want
on.
to see if
Hold
time
on,
has been
nothing.
kinder to it, or if I was just over, because I get accused of overreacting to a lot of things.
I don't think. Look, in this case, I don't believe you overreacted. I think it's the antithesis of what that character was portrayed as in the movie that people loved, and to see him fucking go and shill a fucking shitty fucking beer.
I want to see the maybe this
It
year.
doesn't add up.
This year they're gonna do one with Noam Chomsky. It's gonna be like,
Oh yeah,
I'd like a Stella Artois, please.
Why not? What's that guy? Ben Stiller. Not Ben Stiller. Fucking what's that guy's name? The Bueller guy.
Bueller.
Oh,
Bueller.
It's Ben something, isn't it?
No. Matthew Broderick.
That's not no.
I think it's been Ferris.
No.
Bueller.
The teacher guy. That's
Ben
like
Stein.
Oh,
Ben
Bueller.
Stein.
Win
Ben Stein.
Ben Stein's money.
Ben Stein. Yeah.
Yeah, he used to be a Reagan, Nixon speechwriter. He's a creationist
what the
retard
fuck,
as well.
dude?
Anyway,
Are we really watching this?
Hello. Good to see you again.
Likewise.
Oh, it's so good to see your
Cosmopolitan.
vapid, empty-headed,
Tonight
fucking
I'll have a
retarded
Stella
face at this
Artois.
restaurant.
This is the wrong one.
no, this is the same one.
Oh, is it?
Yep. He's gonna come in. In
She doesn't want the
God,
Cosmo.
no.
Stella Artois. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm a pay chill. No.
See?
Oh.
Quiet.
No.
Quiet.
Mate, huh? Why, Russian? No, Gary, give me a Stella Artois.
Excuse me. Good choice.
Well, changing can do a little good. Dude abides.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He died that day.
The day the dude died,
Oh man.
and we was
Fuck, it's
saying
worse than I
And he
bye,
died in the
Mr.
most
Dude
undignified way,
died.
too.
Drinking Stella Artois
Oh.
every night.
This does not look like a
Come on,
place.
Come on.
The dude doesn't drink here. Hold on.
Why?
Hold on.
Hold on, what,
Hold
TJ?
on, Scotty.
Hold on to my sanity.
Listen.
So
The dude doesn't drink at the fucking bar. This is a fucking
The dude
would-
would not
he
go
would not go to
anywhere
this fucking
near
bar.
this bar. He wouldn't even be in the part of town that this bar is in
Yeah.
to wander into this bar. Like, like it's a,
let alone be on first name basis with the bartender. Like, yeah,
White
this is-
Russian?
it's just garbage.
No, give me a Stella Artois.
Gary, I'd like one of them. Can I get a? Would you give me one of them? I'd like to blow the foam off of one of them Stella Artois. And then that fucking weak smile he gives right after it, like he knows he just murdered the character. It's just so fucking hideous.
Hold on. We gotta watch
So
it again.
she's got her Stella Artois.
All right, everyone, be quiet. I want to really soak in how awful this is.
Well, mate, huh? Why, Russian? No, Gary, give me a Stella Artois.
Excuse me. Good choice.
Well, changing can do a little good. Dude abides.
Oh man, I'm gonna throw up my fucking Taco Bell.
And you know what? You know what? There's a new crop of these Super Bowl commercials coming.
There's no I'm kind of not looking forward to it because there's no way that they're gonna top the insipidness of this commercial.
Oh, you never know.
There's no way.
You never know.
This was easily the worst commercial.
This is definitely the worst commercial ever
Meanwhile,
made.
at the Legion of Paul's Shattered Dreams, how can we make Paul suffer even more this year?
Thumbs down. Thumbs down. Stella Artois has no idea how to properly use the dude. They ruined this opportunity, nihilists.
Fuck you, Cougar Gold.
No, they should never have used him to begin with.
It was a terrible idea. They didn't even really feature him. They sandwiched him in there with Sarah Jessica Parker. Made him share the screen with her.
Dude, you are out of your element.
Yes.
The dude needs to pay the
The
rent.
dude abides. He doesn't destroy his entire character to sell a drink. Well, apparently he does.
Yeah,
apparently
he
he
does.
fucking does.
I like that comment, dude.
Ooh.
Give the high boy a internet fucking point,
Ooh.
TJ.
All right, I'll give him an internet point.
You got a point on the internet. Hooray!
It's 11 months old, but hell yeah.
There you go.
Oh, somebody. I was reading one of those comments, and somebody pointed out like a really interesting thing. The dude abides means that he's like unchanging, that he's always the dude. But right before he says the dude abides, he talks, well, a little change can do some good. I switched to Stella Artois, and then he just claims that he abides when clearly we've just seen that he doesn't.
Dude, the dude's looking at that beer and just thinking about all the money he's getting paid. He's like, yeah.
It's just a self-refuting commercial, and because they got the iconic actor to play the iconic character, it actually did ruin it. It would be like if Marlon Brando showed up as the Godfather to hawk Skittles or something. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, bring me some Skittles. The taste of the rainbow.
I don't know. That might have been great.
All right, I think you accidentally made a brilliant commercial there. I don't know.
I thought I baked it down.
I don't think so.
Somehow
I
that
imagine
works
you're
for
paying
me.
the
I
cat.
don't know.
You know, I want to fuck. Give me some Skittles right now. You know, it's like, wait a minute. Maybe I do like Skittles better.
I don't know. I kind of like that one.
And that's just because you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
That's
And you don't care about the Godfather
that's
anyway.
true. That's very true. So I don't care if
What
he
if they had the
hawks
Joker
Skittles.
to sell like maxi pads or feminine hygiene spray or
Stop
something?
the bleeding.
They just had him read one of those dry scripts. So you're walking down the beach with your friend and you notice an itch. You don't have to be ashamed. Every girl gets them. Get Monostat. Yeast infection treatment.
See, I feel like that goes so far into the realm of absurdity that I like it again.
that the Joker would do it.
Yeah, you know. The only time I want to stop the bleeding.
It just proves how bad this commercial is, like how hard it is to ruin a character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Characters, I guess, would tolerate a lot of shit.
I mean, there's other products that you probably could have put.
I think it's
dude
because
in and had it work, but this is definitely not one of them.
I think it's because The Godfather and The Joker, like, none of them have, like, this strong anti-commercialism bent. I mean, you can kind of maybe infer it about The Joker, but the dude is just, like, they put him in, like, this yuppie bar, and he's, you know, like, they totally misunderstand the character. He looks way too clean. He's on a first-name basis with the bartender.
he's like a 60s.
He looks around this fucking boring, banal bar. He's like, "Wild night, huh?" It's like this isn't what the dude thinks a wild night is.
no.
What the
The
fuck?
dude is like a 60s, like, burned out fucking stoner that was all like, man, I was on college campus protesting, man. He's not a fucking guy that's shilling Stella Artois. That doesn't make any sense, dude. It's not in keeping with the character at all. And to go, oh, look, fucking the character from Sarah Jessica Parker from Sex and the City, because remember she had the Cosmo and the dude had the White Russian. They're iconic, and now they're gonna switch to this shitty fucking drink. Like no one's not fucking.
Nobody
doing it.
switches from like White Russians being their drink to like piss water beer.
Yeah, a fucking joke of a Belgian beer.
Yeah, give me a Stella Artois. I'd like a Stella Artois there, Gare.
Change is good.
That smile that he gives after is really the moment when I think the dude collapsed.
I'm dead.
Let me get a Stella Artois. That was it. That's what it cuts out.
That was the moment.
That was the moment he died
Well,
fully.
we're only a few days away from another litany of Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah, when does that happen? Is that this weekend or next weekend?
Next weekend.
Okay.
So I think it's like February.
And I know we're
3rd.
going to do another one of those because we always do. We've done it the last 2 years, right?
It feels almost like a duty at this point.
Right? It's
Just
like we don't really have a lot of traditions on the show, but I guess that's one of them. We watch the damn stupid Super Bowl commercials.
Well, TV used to be a bigger deal, and so it's like the only TV thing that I do. It's the only time of the year where I'm like, I'm going to watch some TV commercials.
Yeah, that's true. It's like their one chance.
Right.
Because, like, a lot of people watch the Super Bowl for the fucking commercials.
Oh
which
yeah.
I don't get, but I know a lot of people do it. Like, it's like, ooh, the new fucking ads are coming my way. It's like, all right.
It's one of the few times you're actually gonna pay attention to the commercials too, because basically these ad agencies have set it up like it's an event. Like we're gonna fucking pull out all the stops. We're gonna have like giveaways. There's gonna be all kinds of crazy shit. This is gonna be like the times you really gonna watch a commercial. Because most times when you're watching a game or something, you just ignore.
I think
the
we've done
commercials.
this for a couple years in a row.
2 years, yeah.
Yep.
And I'll be damned if I can remember one commercial from those 2 years that was good enough to stick in my brain. Like the Budweiser frogs or
Nope,
the,
nothing.
you know,
Bud, why?
there's just no moment, there's no cultural moment to these. They just suck worse every year.
So the big news, I'm looking at some early, because, like, the commercials are a big enough deal.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
early reporting on them.
Oh,
They released like little teaser trailers for some of them and shit.
So Budweiser is apparently going to put out an emotional commercial.
Oh no.
So, yeah, it says Budweiser's emotional Super Bowl commercial is all about combating stereotypes. Thank
everyone
God.
can come together and agree that Budweiser is the shittiest beer in America.
Come together right now, Budweiser. And the other big one is Mr. Peanut is dead.
Dude, I know how Budweiser could do that. There's just a room, and it's filled with every kind of ideological difference in the world. There's like an uppity liberal and a down-home, farmer-looking dude with 2 teeth. There's like a Muslim and a Jew.
Oh, you know what? Budweiser's already put out its Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. It's like they've already
What?
put it out. They're going to, it's going to be during the Super Bowl, but I guess they just felt like it needed to get, I don't know.
Man, this new era kind of sucks sometimes.
I know, right?
Yeah, make people fucking wait for shit.
Like,
dude.
what about, expectation?
Hold on. We're going to fucking watch this piece of shit.
Oh, man, I can already tell by the music. It's going to be one of those Folgers commercials. Remember when, the Christmas Folgers commercial when the kid comes home from war?
Yeah.
And he wakes up his mom and lets him know
Oh,
he's
dude,
home
you know
by
that- you-
cracking open some Folgers.
You know the ad we're gonna get. There's more that brings us together than divides us. Da, 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 da.
Getting
Budweiser.
drunk and beating on your spouse is one of them.
All right, check this out.
All right, let's shut up.
For some reason, there's already a Super
I
Bowl
just
commercial.
I want to keep delaying it with banter because I don't want to.
Nah, play it.
Oh, no, shut up, Paul. You're going to watch this. You're going to love it.
They call us typical Americans. Maybe because we live typical American lives.
Oh, Sam. Sorry.
We're a diverse group of people.
All right.
Like this typical American,
He's typical.
showing off his strength. So
This is disgusting.
typical. Look at him, touching other people's things. Always so
Look at this disabled
competitive.
person that did something.
Typical Americans,
the military, gotta
showing
get that
up
in there.
uninvited. Removing their clothes in public. Yelling and being loud.
Yeah, look at that.
Just look at them, thinking they can save the world.
None of these people doing super nice, selfless things are typical Americans, by the way.
Yeah, that's actually.
If they
the
were,
opposite
this
of that.
society would be utterly fucking different. Your typical American is fat, stupid, suspicious of everybody else.
And we know because we're us.
If they saw a shirtless guy out in public, they'd probably call the cops on him and have him hauled off.
Get that guy a fucking shirt.
Typical Americans, always celebrating with their typical American beer. So, next time someone labels you typical, show them what typical can do.
What, like get you drunk and make you do
Yeah.
things you regret? And what is this like? Yeah, we're typical. We're a middle of the road beer, but you're a middle of the road person, so.
Oh.
Man,
You're
that was
Budweiser
horrible.
calling
I like
Bud-
that. You're as generic as this tasteless fucking
Yeah.
product.
Fluff Americans harder. Make all these stupid people that have never done a good thing for anybody sitting in their house feel like they're a fucking marathon runner that finishes the last leg on a crutches, or a soldier that jumps on a grenade, or Fuck this.
Drink Budweiser.
Just crass emotional manipulation.
Such bullshit.
I wanna
And at
see-
the end of it, it's all about a fucking disgusting, watered down fucking beer.
I think calling Budweiser middle of the road, as you guys did a moment ago, is pretty fucking generous.
It is no. I would say, dude, it's one of those things.
It's really not. It's really not.
It
I mean,
is.
it's not middle of the road doesn't mean middle quality.
No, it's not.
There are
middle
better beers that are middle of the road than Budweiser.
I gotcha.
Budweiser is middle of the road because if you went to parties in America, it's the
like-
beer most likely to be found there.
You go to a fucking sporting event or a show. It's like we got Budweiser. Bud
It
Light.
doesn't taste great, but you can drink a bunch of them because it's not horribly offensive.
Yeah, it's just kind of like
As you
it's
drink-
like basically just like slightly flavored water.
Dude, I'll tell you this about Budweiser. As you drink them,
it does taste better.
It gets better.
Yeah.
The drunker you get, the better the Budweiser tastes.
Isn't that pretty much true for any alcohol?
Yeah, that pretty much is true for any alcohol.
I don't know, dude. Like hard liquor and shit, the drunker I get, the more I tend to be wary of them. But
Oh, really?
Budweiser, one leads to the next,
See,
to the
that,
next.
I
for
wish
me.
I had that because then I wouldn't get so fucking drunk at these meetups and shit.
I had a redneck upbringing, though. So you have to understand that, like,
Give me another
Bud
bar.
and Bud Light, just, 2 cases of them in a big ice chest with a bag of ice thrown over it is pretty much how I
Yeah.
started drinking.
I mean, even though I had a pretty redneck upbringing in some respects, Steve, our redneck stepdad, was never really much of a beer or even alcohol drinker.
No.
Like, he does it occasionally, but it's not really a regular activity for him like it is for a lot of rednecks.
yeah, I grew up around people whose chief fucking interest was drinking beer.
Oh, I've seen it, dude. I've seen people
Like
that
pretty much all my friends and family, and all the way up until when I was old enough to start drinking beer myself. It was just like, we'll get together and drink a bunch of fucking beer
Yeah,
and then see what happens.
It's Friday night. I bought 2 24 packs of Bud Light.
I mean,
See what the night takes us.
I've never been much of a beer drinker.
I gotta be honest with you, dude. While it probably sounds like a negative, there were a lot of positive things about growing up around a bunch of fucking ridiculous drunks.
Yeah.
It was hilarious times. I learned to be funny during those times. And Budweiser, see, maybe Budweiser is the beer that brings us all together.
Maybe they should focus on that. Maybe they should focus on, like, everybody gets drunk and laughs. And,
Yeah.
like, actually, maybe go take it back, like, pull back from all this, like, heroism and, we're typical is great. And, like, just focus on what you actually do as a product. Like, I know that that's, like, verboten in the advertising world to actually focus on what your product does at this point. But
Dude.
maybe it's time to go back to a simpler time when you
Budweiser-
could just be honest and show a bunch of drunk people laughing and having fun
Dude,
at a fucking
Budweiser
party or something.
It's just a social fucking lubricant. That's all it is.
Are you a boring fucking nitwit usually? Drink some Budweiser. Maybe somebody will like you.
But you know what, dude? It is true, though. I've had
That's
some
so
good ass times on Budweiser. Budweiser has been the central locus to some funny, fun, interesting times in my life. So maybe they're right about all this shit.
I don't know about that.
Maybe your average person would give the shirt off his back to a
dude,
crazy
fucking-
homeless
I don't
guy.
think so.
Paul's nostalgia's kicking. He's thinking about all his
He's
shit.
like, oh, man.
His shit kicker days back in Madeira.
man,
where
it
it's
was
all
so
like,
great.
Well, yeah,
I will
my
give
whole
you this.
life's ahead of me.
Hey, you know what? I don't know that I agree with what Paul just said, but I'll tell you what. At least it wasn't as bad as the Stella Artois commercial.
Oh no,
Not even close. Not even fucking close. Not even in
I
the
mean, our
ballpark.
reaction should show that. I mean,
Yeah.
It just
So.
it just is what it is. I mean, it's a total lie.
What do you think about this Mr. Peanut death thing? You know about that?
It's a sham, dude.
So basically, Mr. Peanut died,
When?
and like recently.
What do you mean, Mr. P?
how did
Like
the
the
fictional
cartoon
Yeah,
died?
Mr. Peanut's dead, dude.
They killed him, dude.
Here, I'll show you.
They put a gun against his head, pulled the trigger. Now
So
he's
they're
dead.
gonna. They already put out their first commercial. They're going to. They're gonna fucking. I think they're gonna have some kind of like funeral for him during the Super Bowl. For Mr. Peanut.
What?
Yeah.
That's a head scratcher. Right
It's a
there.
weird. It's a really weird ad campaign. Check it out. Here, I'll show you. You'll see. You'll see. Yeah. Let me do this.
They've already released that too.
Well, no, because they already released his death, but I guess they're gonna have his funeral during the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So I don't know what that's about, but we'll see.
I just died in your arms tonight. Oh, look out! Oh, abandoned Oh, we're too heavy. Oh. Matt, let go. No, you let go. Hey, Mr. Peanut, no, you don't. Don't do it, Mr. Peanut. No. Maybe he'll be all right. Maybe not.
Stole that bit from Groundhog Day, by the way, with the
Maybe he'll be all right, maybe not.
yeah.
Okay.
So Mr. Peanut's dead. How you guys don't have any feelings about that?
I mean, at least they had the balls to come out like outright and say, "Hey, we're killing off this character." Because I don't think Mr. Peanut is selling a whole lot of product anymore. Like, I don't think the Peanut wearing a monocle is, has the power it used to, and they want to move on. They want to go to a different ad campaign.
You can't
they're
really
just-
blame him.
At least they didn't drag some other character I loved and put him in a Mr. Peanut costume and have him die.
Yeah, they
or
just
some
killed
shit,
this one off. So
I don't care about Mr. Peanut. I didn't even really like Mr. Peanut back when he was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, Mr. Peanut's whole thing was he stood there. He's a peanut with a monocle, and he stands there leaning on his cane.
I'm a peanut.
Who
Who cares? I don't fucking feel anything about his death.
Yeah, I mean, he had no character.
Yeah, he did. How dare you?
I mean, they kept him around for 100.
Do you think they're really going to kill him, though? I think they might be. I think they're trying to, like, generate people being like, no, not Mr. Peanut. So
Maybe
they
they're
can,
rolling
like,
out some new double roasted peanuts, and he comes out of the fire, and he's just like, fine, but he's
like, I am reborn.
the new deep roasted Planters peanut.
It'd be so awesome if they just, like, had it, like, they turned him into, like, a villain, and they just, like, had, like, the two nuts inside of him, like, come out, and they're, like, some sort of, like, demonic entities and shit, like, all will bow before Planters peanuts.
See, all this takes it in way too.
Your
interesting.
cities will be engulfed in flames.
Too interesting. Too fucking interesting for corporate
like it.
America.
Fire roasted cities unless you buy Planters peanuts.
I want the end of it being like fucking Mr. Peanut is devouring a person he's roasted, dude. And be
Yeah.
like, Planters.
Eat peanuts or they'll eat you. I don't know.
It's the most metal fucking twist to a peanut commercial I've ever heard.
Eat fucking peanuts.
I'm sure
Get
it's
that
gonna be some-
Mongolian death metal band to fucking, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
That-
yeah. Do some Mongolian throw. Peanuts. It's like,
yeah,
let's
dude.
do it.
Put
Got
me in
your
charge
ad
of that marketing
campaign. Got your
campaign.
ad campaign right now, planners. Call me. I nailed it. This is number 27 on trending, apparently. Wanna
3
see what-
million views.
What else is trending?
Oh, God.
Let's see
What's trending?
Spare me.
What's a trending? Does the trending section even make sense?
Let's see.
Trending.
So we have
What's the numbers? You're not gonna like number it? Is it just what's on top is trending? the most? So the Billie Eilish song "Everything I Wanted" is number 1.
Garbage.
I guess.
Oh, dude, don't play him. No, don't play any music.
I'm not. I'm just checking to see if it was number 1. Megan Thee Stallion, BITCH.
Okay.
Expensive versus cheap. This is the kind of content we got to make if we want to make the big bucks on the YouTube.
And you have to guess if it's expensive or cheap. Wow.
Dodgeball 2020 Pro
Whoa.
Bowl Skills Showdown. You got Kevin Gates' Fatal Attraction. Oh, Adam Schiff's Closing Argument.
Adam shit.
Look at that, though. It's only got 276,000 views
Yeah.
from 15 hours ago, and the next one has way more views. Has like triple the views.
Yeah, but this is against Trump, so it gets that extra anti-Trump boost.
It's probably it's being shared
Fucking
a lot.
YouTube sucks, dude.
YouTube, don't question the YouTube algorithm, Paul. Don't you dare question the YouTube algorithm.
Jon Stewart coming. Well.
So late night stuff always has a place on this trending list. By the way,
Yeah,
they've just
Continuously.
been given a spot. Go back up to that fucking late night clip with what's his fucking
Jon
name?
Stewart and Stephen Colbert.
It's just a middling amount of views, and most of the views it has are probably because they put it on this fucking list when it came out.
Yeah, this list is God.
Nobody cares about that shit anymore.
Well, those things get shared and promoted endlessly too. I mean, a lot of those clips, if you look at them like 2 months, it'll have like 10 million views.
Bad beans. Oh, yeah, we got to do that. We got to get some bad beans, boy.
Usus anus.
What? Where? What?
Look at the name of the people that made bad beans.
Unus anus.
Unus anus.
Oh, take it in the anus.
We're going to pour coffee creamer in our anus.
Clone Wars trailer. Yeah.
Okay, well, I can see why people want to see that.
Good Mythical Mornings on there. Try not to eat challenge. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is the stuff you got to make, y'all. We got to make this kind of stuff with these bright
Wow.
colors and shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
This-
the mating dance of the puffin, dude. You want to know that?
Well, actually,
Recently trending.
I actually might be interested in seeing the mating dance of the puffin.
Yeah, you should be. You fucking disgusting
Of
bastard.
all the things I've seen here, that's probably the most interesting one I've seen. Not
It's,
the, I built a crazy $100,000 water park in my backyard. Oh! I fucking, dude, anytime I see a video anyone's doing this, I'm not watching it. Oh my God!
We should start just doing that for all our thumbnails.
And then this happened. Thumbnail fucking. Could have a thumbnail model off.
I'm the better thumbnailer. No, I am.
No, look at my thumbnail.
Look at my thumbnail.
I can trick more 12-year-olds than you can. Bring it.
Bring it, bitch.
I'm the king of the 12-year-olds. Don't you think you can't even step to me?
Check this out. My title's total clickbait. None of that even happens in this video. Well, fuck YouTube and fuck life. End of the not
Sour
the
grapes,
show.
TJ. You're...
End of the grease trap.
You know what, TJ?
The grease trap has been emptied.
You know what,
Attention.
TJ?
Shut up, Scotty. The
You know
show's
what,
over.
TJ?
The show's over.
You know what, TJ?
The show is over.
You know what, TJ?
What?
You're just like that fox in those grapes. Must have been sour anyways.
I think those grapes actually are sour. Bye.